It sunk in that you're here and now you got a job to do?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Ah, what a play, Nico. Last year's Gold Glover in the National League, and he's having a day.
Liner to right, Frelick lays out and makes the play.
Williamson, a diving stop, and he goes the short way to end the inning.
Kemp over toward the alley, dives, and he makes the catch. That's a heck of a finish by Otto Kemp. Oh, a diving stop by Steven, gets up, throws, got him! What a play!
Boy, his great speed works on defense as well. That was a flat-out base hit when it left the bat.
Diving stop by Austin Riley. What a grab.
And he makes the catch. Terrific play by Rice.
What a play by Guerrero. A rocket off the bat of Marte. Oh, JoJo held on.
Best athlete on the field.
Bare hand throw. Got him. A 1-5-3 and put a star on that one.
Diving stop, my drop to his feet.
We got a guy.
Let's go.
Easy to pitch in the big leagues with defense like that.
1 ball, 1 strike to Ted Williams. And there's a long drive to deep right center. It could be. It could be. It is. Ted Williams has homered in his last time at bat. Williams rounding the bases is not tipping his cap. The crowd yelling. They're waiting for him. He does not tip his cap.
I believe this one's my eyes are.
We break through. Corewell Health. We can.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
126 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Corewell Health, Fago, The D Las Vegas, Northville Lumber, Figer Law, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, Rocket, and Little Caesars Pizza.
Fly ball left field. It's deep. It's got a chance. And it's gone, a home run. Javi Baez.
All with the call of the game from the Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers broadcast booth at Comerica Park. Here are the voices of Tigers baseball, Dan Dickerson and Bobby Scales.
Clear skies, light breeze. It's just beautiful in downtown Detroit. Hello again, everyone. We're getting ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series, Tigers and Milwaukee.
Very shallow right field. Can anybody get there? Guerrero does! What a great over-the-shoulder catch by Guerrero down the line. Drives the ball the other way, towards the corner. It is first big league at bat. He's hit it out. Felix Reyes, welcome to your dream.
Line drive to left. In comes Soderstrom. Headlong dive, and he makes the catch.
Just a great read off the bat from Tyler Soderstrom.
To the edge of the track, at the wall. He wraps it. First pitch. What a start. Brandon Marsh takes a homer from Acuna.
At the wall, here comes Merrill leaping. Jackson Merrill did it again. Merrill madness in Anaheim.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a packet or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Jake Rogers.
Pitching matchup again, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Chad Patrick's going to get the bulk innings today. Remember the Tigers used to employ this strategy. Yeah. An opener for him, D.L. Hall, a lefty. So right away, this is what A.J. Hinch used to do to other teams. And let's face it, it's been around for a few years. So immediately when he found out D.L. Hall was the opener, had to set his lineup appropriately, knowing that a lefty would only be in there for a little bit, followed by a righty. Well, that takes us to our keys to the game, Bobby. Brought to you by Rave Associates, proud distributors of Bell's Brewery, Founders, and Long Drink. It feels like AJ recognizing lefty to start, but a righty's coming in. You can kind of look at those righties to do some damage early, and that's why Jones is in the 3 spot. Torkelson bumped up to 5.
Listen, the key to defeating an opener is getting to their opener. There's a reason that opposing manager wants to employ this strategy. He feels like if he can flip the lineup when he goes to the second pitcher, the bulk guy, if you will, that there'll be a lineup an advantage strategically as far as the lineup goes. If you can hang a crooked number or hang a number at all on the opener, then you're already putting the manager on the back foot, and then the chess match begins. Thus, like you said, you bumped up some of those right-handers early up in the lineup, and we'll see what we have from there. But that's the key to the matchup. Get after D.L. Hall early.
Game time weather, you can't draw it up any nicer for an April evening. Brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuums. Our first pitch will be brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers come in at 12-12. The Brewers are 13-9. Everybody right now trying to keep an eye on Cincinnati. They're starting to run away with the Central Division. Everybody's above 500 in the National League Central. They now get ready to face a 28-year-old from Springville, Alabama, Casey Mize.
Yeah, Casey Mize coming off a really nice start in Boston. I'm sure we'll talk plenty about that. But he's out there with his normal arsenal of pitches. Four-seam fastball, split fingers. Got 2 different sliders. One's that little bullet slider. The other one's got a little depth to it. It's more slurvy in nature. And that sinker. Right-handed hitters are going to see four-seam fastball, the bullet slider, and the split. Left-handers will mainly get that four-seamer and the split.
It's a real test. Remember, Casey's big point of emphasis in the spring was throwing his splitter to righties, but he's been much tougher on lefties so far. First pitch of the game, fastball up and away. And we are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along on a beautiful 71-degree night. The 1-0 swinging a foul back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bryce Terang at the plate. 16-hit attack for the Brewers last night. Terang in the leadoff spot. I mean, if you're manager Pat Murphy, this is like a perfect leadoff hitter. Hitting .307, draws a ton of walks. Fastball strike on the inside edge. Mike Malinsky's our home plate umpire tonight. Gabe Morales at first. Dexter Kelly at second. Emil Jimenez is our third base umpire. Contreras and Bowers to follow. Each of these top 3 hitters had 2 hits in the game last night. Terang had 4 RBIs. Splitter, just missed. That's a heck of a take. Good action on that splitter. Started middle, dove away.
That's the take. I can't do anything with it, so I'm going to take it and make it look good like I knew what I was doing.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Splitter down under the bat. So, Bobby, some really interesting numbers. Casey Mize, again, wanted to throw the splitter to righties. We saw in that game in Arizona. He broke it out to righties. He was getting swing and miss from righties, from lefties. And then you look up, coming off a great start in Boston. 6 2/3, no runs on 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Right-handed batters are hitting .390 early on with 9 extra base hits of their 13 hits. Slider up, and then you look at the lefties. They're 7 for 51.
Yeah.
No, 2 walks and 16 strikeouts. So he's still going to keep throwing that splitter to righties, but in the early going, it's made him even tougher on lefties. Kind of interesting.
It's funny, some of the unintended consequences when you try to revamp something. But that's just how it goes sometimes.
William Contreras at the plate. He swings and fouls it back to the screen. Apparently they just cloned Wilson Contreras. And this is his younger brother. It's like we're seeing the same guy we saw in Boston.
It is the same dude. It's funny.
He is a tough out. The 1-2, swing and a miss. How about that? Riding fastball up. That four-seam fastball, Bobby's getting more swing and miss.
It's got some more swing and miss. It's got good properties to it, Dan, like you talked about. Always chasing that vertical break induced. That one was 18 vert. That's a really good number for Casey. Got a little giddy up to it, too. That one, 95 miles an hour.
Well, if he gets 18, he's ecstatic. First pitch slider. That's the tighter, harder slider to Jake Bauers. Showed bunt. Trying to catch McGonigal deep. McGonigal says, go ahead, try it again. He's going to back up. The shortstop, or the third baseman tonight, is basically where a shortstop would normally be, with Baez up the middle to strike one. Slider misses low and in. Throwing the slower, bigger slider, which goes into the books as a slurve, a little bit less this year.
Yeah.
He's sticking with both types of fastballs, the splitter and the harder bullet slider for the most part. 1-1. Splitter misses away. 87-mile-an-hour splitter. Bauers hitting .236 with surprising power so far. Lineup. It's missing two big bats and had been in a funk for about 10 games before last night. Swinging a pop-up into left field. Riley Green looking into the setting sun here in Southeast Michigan. He'll make the catch moving toward left center. Just a soft little pop-up off the bat of Jake Bauers. And a fine first inning for Casey Mize. 1-2-3 with a couple.
Well, here's Mike Trout, who kind of put the league on notice yesterday. He's back, and he's feeling like his old self again. And there's a fly ball, left center field. Trout has launched again as Grisham runs out of room, and the Mike Trout show continues on Broadway.
Superstar Mike Trout. I think he likes the stadium. I think there's a lot of things to like about hitting in this ballpark for Trout. 110 miles per hour off the bat. Trout, another home run here.
Priority called on Lofton, and it drops.
Whoa. He does not lack energy. Rain earlier today. Grass still a little wet.
First big league strikeout for Roldy Munoz, and you can put an exclamation point on it.
That's a weird one. Fenway special.
After review, the call of the field is a home run. The ball hit the foul pole. Trevor Story, home run.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Life's big and small moments. Bennington Grass Seed, available at the Home Depot.
Experience the difference at Clean Express Auto Wash and join our Wash Smart Unlimited Club starting at $20 a month. Official car wash of the Detroit Tigers.
First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. And today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard. The Detroit Tigers radio network. First pitch swinging a soft little tap foul right at home plate. Tigers are facing an opener tonight. We haven't seen this in a while. 27-year-old from Valdosta, Georgia, D.L. Hall. He is a lefty, and he's made a few of these starts in recent years. You feel like Pat Murphy does what A.J. Hinch does. Fastball up and in. He's just going to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Might go one, might go two.
Murph's been known to do some unconventional things down there, too, so he uses the information, but there's some seat of the pants as well.
Sweeper up and away. 1-2. McGonigal digs in, hitting .322. He has reached at least two times, with a hit or a walk in 16 of his 22 starts. 16 times. Swinging a foul. Bobby, his ability to extend an at-bat by fouling pitches off. Sometimes missing, but sometimes just trying to foul it off to get to a pitch that he can drive.
Yeah, because you're pretty sure it's a strike, but you also know it's a strike you can't do anything with. And sometimes you just got to foul that thing off and battle it, slap it somewhere. Hopefully you can get another one. Wait him out, You get a mistake later in the count.
This will be the 5th pitch of the at-bat. The 1-2. Away. God, the takes, especially left on left. Or heck, he saw a slider from a righty the other day in a key situation. Down and in, just spit on it. The 2-2 from Hall. Sweeps away. And if nothing else, he's going to see at least 7 pitches. He's accomplished something in this opening at bat. Hall is really tough on lefties. Works over toward the first base side of the rubber from the full windup. The 3-2 in the dirt. Another terrific trip to the plate for Kevin McGonigal. Falls behind 0-2. Fouls off 1-2 strike pitch and works a walk.
0-2, 3-2 recoveries are fantastic. Only thing better than that is 0-2 to a walk. Really made Hall work right there. Only a 2-pitch arsenal to lefties. 2-seam fastball and sweeper, but nonetheless, made him throw them all. He's on first base with leadoff walk.
Righties have had the big edge against him in his career. A little snap throw over to first. McGonigal gets back with a head first slide. This is a lefty that pretty much stops the running game. Had a rough year, swing guy 2 years ago, and then a little better year this year. Fastball up. That's a quick glove hand from Contreras. We saw that last night, Bobby. I mean, that ball's heading back to the screen, and he's just stabbing it with that glove hand. A high fastball, ball one. Glaber digs in, hitting 244. He's been on a lot lately. Feels like the bat's getting to where he wants it to be. Sinker middle for a called strike. Big improvement for DL Hall last year in his 39 innings of work. 3.50 ERA. Much tougher against righties than he had been in his career. Changeup away. The other part of it was the ERA dropped, but also the contact went up. Kind of a tough way to go when you're a pitch-to-contact pitcher. And this year, uneven start for him in the strike-throwing department. Sinker away, and it's now 3-1.
That's a bad combination. You got to be in the strike zone if you're going to be a pitch-to-contact guy. If you're spraying all over the place and then you get behind hitters, you don't have overpowering stuff, you're going to give up some loud contact.
3-1, down and in, missed. Bullpen's already busy. Jahmai Jones gets to have an at-bat against DL Hall. Probably don't want to bring Chad Patrick into the game with a big jam in the first inning, but again, you just don't know with openers. I'm sure it feels like AJ and any manager like Pat Murphy has an idea where he wants to make the call to the guy who's going to follow the opener.
If you're Pat Murphy, you've laid out a game plan. I can promise you it's not having a lefty up with Jahmai Jones first and second. Nobody.
Fastball a little bit high. These are the pitchers, Bobby, that I always feel like are and we've seen it a little bit, just kind of anecdotally, it feels like the ones who aren't the really good strike throwers are having the most trouble with the smaller strike zone, especially if they like to work up. Jones takes a strike 1-1.
You've hit the nail on the head. It's the guys who work top of the zone. Now, Hall throws a ton of sinkers. That's really his fastball of choice. 37% of the pitches he throws are the sinkers, but he works the top of the zone. That's what he does.
1-1, swing and a soft tap foul. That's a good curveball down, 1-2. Jahmai an 0 for 10 start, 5 for his last 13. Home run, double, and he is stinging the ball right now.
Got robbed of a homer last night, Dan.
And that was a really casual grab at the fence, wasn't it?
It was.
Perkins at the fence, jumped up a little bit, but he definitely robbed him. The 1-2. Ground ball softly to short, could be 2. Ortiz to Terang, that's pretty tailor-made. 6-4-3 double play. Softly chopped. I thought maybe Jones could beat it out at first, but Terang, really good, strong turn at second.
Yeah, good turn, and also got in on Jahmai Jones a little bit. And when you get jammed by those pitches, you just don't get out of the box. And that gave a little extra time for that Keystone to turn it over, and they did.
Riley Green digs in, hitting 265. Just the one home run, but kind of quietly, maybe a little under the radar. He's putting together really good at-bats. And, Bobby, the thing that I'm looking at, the walks are up, strikeouts are down, and down sharply. He's in a 13-game stretch where he's hit 340 with 9 walks. A little bit of power, but he's putting together really good at-bats. First pitch fastball away at 95, ball one.
No, and they're very consistent as well. Very consistent at-bats, and I like this Riley Green. I like the Riley Green last year, too. 36 and 111 is good. That works. But if you compare that with lower strikeouts, it's even better.
Sinker for a strike. The power's still there, but this is a really good stuff. This is exactly what he worked on in the offseason.
And it's good to put that work in and then see the results happen early.
1-1, swing and a miss, straight change. Ooh. That's what you've always said, swing right through it. Don't try to hold up your swing and just make contact.
Yes.
And he did. Took a rip right through it. Now DL Hall, one strike away from getting out of a 2-on, none-out jam with 2 walks. The 1-2. Good take. Fastball up and away, kind of fell off the mound, third base side. Hall works over on the first base side of the rubber. Left on left in this matchup, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Running fastball away. That's a pretty tough matchup for a lefty. Green strikes out. Couple of walks. Tigers can't get anybody home. We played 1. No score. Tigers and Brewers. Game 2 of the.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but squirrel. Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Ah, what a play, Nico. Last year's Gold Glover in the National League, and he's having a day.
Flying to right, Freelick lays out and makes the play.
Oh, Williamson, a diving stop, and he goes the short way to end the inning. Kemp over toward the alley, dives, and he makes the catch. That's a heck of a finish by Otto Kemp. Oh, a diving stop by Steven, gets up, throws, got him! What a play!
Boy, his great speed works on defense as well. That was a flat-out base hit when it left the bat.
Diving, stopped by Austin Riley. What a grab.
And he makes the catch. Terrific play by Rice.
What a play by Guerrero. A rocket off the bat of Marte. Oh, JoJo held on.
Best athlete on the field.
Bare hand throw. Got him. A 1-5-3 and put a star on that one.
Diving stop, my drop to his feet. We got a guy. Let's go.
Easy to pitch in the big leagues with defense like that.
Second inning is brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Play the Michigan Lottery's Detroit Tigers instant ticket and online games. Casey Mize, 1-2-3 first. First pitch splitter down and in to Gary Sanchez, who showed us last night. Still got the power, Bobby.
He does.
He had a drive to the deepest part of left center. Sinker strike on the inside edge. Nice pickup for the Brewers. They're not going to spend much in free agency. They build their roster through trades, shrewd trades, and homegrown talent. And then the guy like this for a $1.7 million. Picked up Gary Sanchez, and he's already hit 5 home runs. Doesn't even have 50 at-bats. Feet close together, upright stance, a little waggle of the bat up and down over the right shoulder before he cocks it over that right shoulder. Sinker is fouled out of play. Brewers in their road gray pants with the yellow piping down the pant legs. And then it's kind of a dark blue, kind of purpley dark blue. Would you agree?
How
would you describe this blue?
I can go along with that characterization.
Swing and a miss, slider away. Sanchez can't find it. 3 strikeouts on 3 different pitches, all swinging the first 4 batters. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. One out that brings up Garrett Mitchell. Fastball up and away. So the dark blue, kind of purpley jerseys with the script Milwaukee in a very bright yellow. Across the front, a lot of the players wearing yellow shoes, kind of a fluorescent yellow.
It's bright.
To match.
Got batteries
Bobby,
in it.
you're a uniform guy. What do you got?
I'm in on this uniform. This is 7 out of 10. It's strong. This is strong.
Got an 8-7 on a scale of 10. Or what's your scale? Is it a 5?
No,
Is it
no, we go 1 to 10.
1 to 10. And where you got this uniform?
This is 7 out of 10. The
7.
One would be the Astro City Connect USSSA men's softball.
So
4 games.
bottom. That's the bottom.
That's bottom tier.
Splitters, swing and a miss, 2-2 on Mitchell.
This is a strong 7 out of 10, especially when
you're a tough grader. I mean, what do you got? So to be 8 and above on the Bobby scale, it's got to be.
Well, I lean traditional. So these old English, these pure whites with the old English D.
Swing and a miss, fastball up. Oh, Casey Mize feeling it right now.
Yeah, he is.
Bobby, he's working down, he's working up, and he's locating.
And he's got them all. You've seen strikeout on the splitter, strikeout on the fastball, four-seam fastball up. You've seen strikeout on the slider down and away to Sanchez, and that was a nasty split sinker right there. Did he just put Garrett Mitchell away on?
This is one of the best contact teams in baseball since the beginning of last year. Bunt attempt on the third base line, and Kevin McGonigal kind of ran into Casey Mize. They're both going for it. Didn't matter. Brandon Lockridge was going to be safe at first base. He can fly. It's ridiculous how much speed this team has. That's a bunt single.
This is what they do. They're gonna lean on you, and when you bunt for a base hit with 2 outs, Lockridge is going to be off and running the first couple pitches. That's what you do when you bunt for a base hit with 2 outs and nobody on. They're going to have to pay attention to him over there.
Already 4 steals in 4 attempts. Fastball for a strike. If your team has one guy with a sprint speed of 29 feet per second, that's how they measure it. That's in the 94th percentile. You're elite if you're at that speed. The Brewers have 3 of those guys. Soft tap foul. Hamilton, Lockridge, and Mitchell. Frelick at the plate. He quickly falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
And one of the guys who's not still runs well, Bryce Terang, is 6 out of 8. So, I mean, these guys are going. It's fun baseball to watch. It is a nightmare to play against teams like this.
Casey does a pretty good job slowing the running game. But you really have to be on your paying attention, making sure you're giving them different looks. Flip over to first. Quick move, good throw. Back with a head first slide, Brandon Lockridge.
Good long hold there from Casey, too. That bugs base runners more than anything else. The throwers, even though you only have 2 now, not so much. You hold and vary your hold times on a base runner, you can really throw them off.
The 0-2. Soft ground ball to the right side. Gleyber Torres near the whole field. Short toss to Spencer Torkelson. Frelick bounces out. He's off to a tough start this year. Bunt single for Lockridge.
High fly ball, right field deep. Canseco back to the track. Looking up. It is off his head, it looked like. And over the top. A home run.
It hit Canseco in the head. Look at this. Boink. And it's out of here.
Jose, you've hit a lot of home runs, but that shot will live forever.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Off fly balls to left and 2 ground balls. That's a pretty good stretch of 9 batters.
That works.
Lineup turns over for the dangerous Bryce Turang. Upright, relaxed stance from the left side. Backdoor slider, perfect. I mean, he's dotting right now.
Good stuff. We've seen multiple different pitches and multiple sides of the different sides of the plate. Looks in control out there.
Strike 1. Just a little bit low and outside. It is disappointing that Jackson Chourio is not playing right now on the injured list. He's not had an at-bat yet this year. Broke a bone in his left hand in the WBC. Every manager's worst nightmare. Slider away. 2-1 on Turang. What an exciting young player he is. Just turned 22 years old. McGonigal in tight at third. Another guy you have to guard against the bunt. Swinging the pop foul. Out of play. There are 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bryce Turang. Close to the plate from the left side. Extends the hands up and away from the left shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. The 2-2 up and away. 3-2 on Turang. Got him on a splitter last time up. See if that 4-seamer up is setting up another splitter down. You like that here?
I do.
3-2 splitter, but away. Bryce Turang draws a walk. Injury report is brought to you every game by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Got an update on Justin Verlander today. Sounded like, from manager A.J. Hinch, Bobby, progress in Justin's last bullpen. It wasn't but I think he kind of had to talk to him and just see how he felt after.
Right.
I mean, he did talk to him, but maybe later today, tomorrow, how do you feel? How does that hip feel? How did it bounce back from the exertion?
Yeah, listen, I would say guarded optimism and progress in the correct direction.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't sound like he's too close to going out on a rehab start.
Right.
But it's better than where we were last time we talked about it.
Turang goes, pitch low, and no throw from Jake Rogers. Couldn't get the ball out of his glove. Turang steals his 7th base of the year. Looked like he got a pretty decent jump.
Very good jump. He was itching to go over there. Looked like he was going to go the first time. Casey Mize quick stepped on him a little bit. He rolled the dice that time, and then Jake couldn't get rid of it. I don't know that he gets him anyway with the jump he had.
The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle and a base hit into center field, and that's how the Brewers play the game. Turang will round third and score. 1-0 Brewers here in the 4th inning. Started very innocently. 2 outs, bases empty. Walk, stolen base, single.
And that's some old school baseball. This team hits a boatload of ground balls, but they take advantage. They make the field bigger. Obviously, the field doesn't get bigger, but because they're so apt to run, you've got to hold runners on. You've got to move your infield. They'll show bunt. You got to bring the corners in. There's just the holes are just bigger. They take advantage of it.
Jake Bauers swings and misses at a slider. I don't think Casey wants it there. Up in the strike zone. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield just about straight up. Riley Green in left. Renzo Perez in center. Kerry Carpenter is in right tonight. The strike 1. Splitter in the dirt. Casey talked about it this spring. Splitter was his most hittable pitch. He knew exactly what the run value was. -11. That's not good. But he said, really, when I did what I wanted to do, set that pitch up correctly, either with a fastball in or a fastball bottom rail, he said it worked. And that was his point of emphasis last year. Fly ball to right. Woo! Deep and foul. He hit that a long way. Bowers already has 5 home runs, as we said, kind of surprising power so far. He was out ahead of that one just a little bit. And that's why he felt really good about, he said, some people want me to scrap it. He's like, no, that's my biggest swing and miss pitch. I just have to be more intentional every time I throw it. Swing and a foul. He said sometimes you just get in a groove with a pitch It's like, okay, splitter, here I go, I'm going to throw. But no, he said, I'm really trying to get, okay, splitter, let's really concentrate on this splitter, make it this best splitter I can throw.
Right.
Just that little kind of change in mindset, he said, has really helped. The 1-2. Slider got him. That's high. And waiting for a challenge from Jake Bowers, but nope. Didn't like the call. Mike Walensky, though, rings him up. 5th strikeout for Casey Mize. Ends the 3rd. Brewers get on the board. Walk, steal, single. We get to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Milwaukee. This is the home of Detroit.
I'm just looking at that body language.
And now Soler with a hammered shot. That's going to go a long way. Back to back for the Halos.
You see where that ball landed? Way over the bullpens.
Well, that was Joe Adell with a massive blow. And the Angels have come out striking against Ryan Weathers.
That's back-to-back swings of 110 plus off the bat. Remember how many 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity yesterday? What, 23? 2 already.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with a baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man.
Yeah.
That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Made to order. Why the sheets not? Enjoy what you want, when you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Order online at sheets.com or on the app.
Third inning today is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Opponent pitching change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. This brings in the starter most days. Bulk guy today, Chad Patrick, 27-year-old from Crown Point, Indiana. He's a right-hander. First pitch sinker, up and in, called strike 1 on Javi Baez.
Yeah, Patrick last time out really good. 6 2/3, 3 hits. Only gave up a run, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks.
The strike 1, swinging a line drive, foul down the right field line. Quick the 0-2 on Javi Baez.
The sinker, he threw Javi Baez right there. That's part of the arsenal. 4-seam, 2-seam, cutter, slurve, and a changeup.
Cutter's been really good for him so far. Throws it a lot. 0-2, soft chopper past the mound. Charging Hamilton, throws to first, and he got him. That's why the Brewers wanted to get David Hamilton. He can play second, short, and third at a very high level.
That's a good play. Javi was on that jailbreak out of the box. It was a slurve that was away from him. Chops it just to the right of the pitcher. Hamilton comes flying in. Good exchange and throw. Hits Bowers right in the chest. That's a good play.
Made it look easy. Hamilton at third tonight. He was at short last night. His best position might be second. Terang is at second, most nights. He's the Gold Glover. Ortiz is fine at short. Sinker up and in on Jake Rogers. Getting a start the day after hitting a career milestone. Strikeout number 1 last night, and one of the best knuckleballs we have seen in a long, long time. Cutter misses just a little bit low, 2-0. I love the replay on that cutter, Bobby, because it didn't turn over one time.
No.
Not
No.
one. I mean, it just floated like a good knuckleball should. 2-0, fastball at the belt.
Spin rate
Sinker,
of
95.
0?
Spin rate 0.
Wow, that's awesome.
Optimal for a knuckleball.
It is optimal.
The 2-1. Cutter misses low and away. Throws a cutter hard, and that was 90. It's a little above his average cutter. But he can get into the mid-90s with his both his four-seam and two-seam sinking fastball. 1-0 Milwaukee. We're in the third. High and tight with the cutter. Jake Rogers draws a walk. Really good numbers for Chad Patrick. Kind of some odd differences from a year ago. He made 23 starts, 4 relief appearances, logged 120 innings. Opponents at 248 with a little bit of power. But you really kind of liked the numbers. This is his first year in the major leagues. He was a rookie. 3 walks per 9, almost 10 strikeouts per 9. Cutter, up and away, ball 1. And then this year, got to be happy, giving up just 2 earned runs in 19 innings. But even though the swing and miss is the same, he has only struck out 9. So he's kind of a pitch to contact pitcher. The strikeout rate has dropped sharply early. Cutter, strike. That's a perfect cutter. It's just short little break right at the belt. And the break comes, it looks like, Bobby, right at home plate.
It's right at the dish. It's late, Dan. He throws it arm side and glove side. That was a good one away from Kevin McGonigal. Started off, cut right back on.
The 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball left field, looking directly into the sun. Lockridge fighting it. Good job. Makes the catch. Have to say it. That's the only part of the ballpark where you have to look into the sun. It's the only part where the sun is on the playing field in deep straightaway left. And Lockridge really had to hang with it to make that play.
Yeah, you put a star next to that one. Is it spectacular play, jump throw, jumping over a wall, diving play? No. But those are as difficult. When you're looking dead into that sun and you know it's up there and you got to wait for it to come out, that's a tough play.
Patrick generally does a good job paying attention to the running game. Not that Jake's going anywhere. Short cautious lead. First pitch cutter, swing and a miss. That late break at the plate. Gleyber Torres walked first time up. DL Hall was the opener for Chad Patrick. 4 games, 3 starts, and as Bobby said, coming off a really good start last time out against Washington. Needed just 83 pitches to get through 6 2/3. On the rubber, steps off. This series is brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Series is brought to you in part by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. 1-0 Brewers are in the bottom of the third on a beautiful night in downtown Detroit. Just a very light breeze blowing. The 1-1, the 0-1, sinker low and away. Dan Dickerson, Bobby Scales, glad to have you along. Yende Zuri and Jenny Hornatsky are engineers tonight. Torres gets all that weight back on the right leg. He has a leg kick driving into home plate. 4-seam fastball beats him to the spot. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
That's a heavy fastball right there. 95 miles an hour. 19 vert. Really playing at the top of the zone. High spin rate, too. Really good properties on that heater.
Patrick sets the 1-2. Fastball high. Lefties, righties hit him about the same last year. Lefties hit him for a little higher average. Drew more walks. Righties hit him for a little more power. They hit 10 of the 13 home runs, and that's not a big number in 120 innings. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good late action on the cutter. Gleyber Torres strikes out, a walk and no more. Tigers have had 3 base runners through 3, all on walks. We'll go to the 4th inning. 1-0 Brewers after 3 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We know what you...
Vargas 1 for 3. 1-0. Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the 2nd, and a 2-out homer, the 7th, his first of the year. That went 431 feet. 109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there.
He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
I don't know that any other second baseman in baseball attempts that play.
No way.
David Fry! He's looking at Quan saying, maybe I need one of them gold gloves. Bregman picks it up. Out at first. Nice play by Alex.
You can't run on Ellie? Not that close. Come on.
What a play at the corners for the Cardinals infield.
Diving attempt by Dubon. He's got it up on his feet. Cuts it loose. That's in time. Great play.
Church with a great catch up against the fence.
The dive, and he caught it. He laid out and made the the play. The second good play by Nathan Church.
Made the catch.
Wow. Oh, what a play. Or yes.
Put a star next to that play. Xander gets to it. Spin. A nice play on the back end by Gavin Sheets as well.
Oh, yes, he did. What a great play by Angel Martinez. He did it again. He just bookended his day with another dynamite acrobatic catch.
Made the catch. Troy Johnston with a diving catch ends the ball game.
Fourth inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. 1-0 Brewers. At the top of the fourth inning, Gary Sanchez leads off. First pitch, a rare slurve. Basically, that replaced Casey's curveball last year. It's categorized as both a slurve and curveball. He hasn't thrown it a lot. Slider strike at the knees. 1-1, 4-5-6 hitters. Sanchez, Mitchell, Lockridge. Torres at second. She's up the middle. The outfield plays is righty to pull, as you should. Swinging a high fly ball left field deep. Riley Green back to the track. He'll stop, come in a step, make the catch. Oh boy, when Gary Sanchez gets a hold of one, you get worried, and that was up in the air. Good thing there's not a breeze blowing tonight.
They're definitely, because
he can't believe it.
He can't believe it. He just missed it though. 42 degree on the launch. 104.
Hard to get that out at that angle.
Agreed. And I think it was just bad enough of a pitch. It was just off the plate in, and it got in just enough to stay in the yard.
Soft ground ball to second base off the bat of Garrett Mitchell, who was a big force in the game last night. Torres fields and flips. 2 quick outs here in the fourth inning. Instant replay brought to you the game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Brewers 13-9, and man, they built something pretty special in Milwaukee. Kind of the mid-market, even they're actually one of the smaller markets in baseball. Slider to Lockridge misses up, and they've really, Bobby, come up with they've got a feel for how to build a roster, a winning roster. Fastball up, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a Cleveland model, but it reminds you of what Cleveland has done. It's about run prevention and doing all the little things to gain the 90-foot advantage.
It's about doing the little things, and it starts with
2-0 pitch, a strike.
It really starts with Pat Murphy in the dugout. I think it's by any means necessary tonight. We'll worry about tomorrow. And then when you have a manager like that, you get some young guys to buy in. You can bring pieces in that fit exactly what you're trying to do.
2-1, ground ball up the middle. Hit Casey Mize, trickles to Javi Baez. He'll pick it up, throw over to first. Good stretch from Spencer Torkelson. Check Casey Mize and see how he is. He's walking off without a limp. It did hit his leg and deflect to Javi Baez. The putout will go 1-6-3, but he looks to be.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a packet or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Rice with a 2-out RBI double to right field in the first inning. Driven deep to right field. Going back rally. Track. Wall. See ya. Ben Rice red hot with a solo home run. Yankees lead 5-2.
The look of a hitter who is locked in early in the season.
And Ben Rice is, I can't believe it, his first home run of the season, 427 feet. It takes the sails out of what's going on in the dugout. That makes a big difference that the first batter came up and immediately gets one of the runs back.
Okay, where's the napkin?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Wow. Well, always eager to help Pedro Martinez.
Oh, that's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah. Sticky's good.
plan, go do something fun. How about Vegas? The D.com, the D Las Vegas. It's your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Keith takes fastball up. Pinch hitting for Jahmai Jones to start the fourth inning. 3-4-5 hitters, Keith, Green, and Torkelson. Again, lefties with a slight edge against this righty. But Bobby, this fastball is tough.
This fastball is tough. The properties, we always talk about the vert, how it just fights gravity with the spin rate, and it's coming from a low approach angle.
Keith swings and pops it up by third base. Hamilton will come in, fight the wind. He hung with it. That's a good play. There's not much wind tonight, but it's picked up a little bit, and all of a sudden it's coming from the north. So it pushed that ball toward the pitcher's mound and made a nice catch running onto the mound.
Again, not plays you would typically consider tough plays. You put a star next to in your book more often than not. It's going to go down as P5. But because of all the factors you talked about, Dan, and then you add that little thing that sticks up in the middle of the field called the mound you got to negotiate from time to time as an infielder. It's not an easy play.
Riley Green struck out first time up against the lefty D.L. Hall. He was the opener tonight for Chad Patrick, who's in his second inning of work. Fastball up, fouled out of play. So you've got that low vertical approach angle. This is something that we started talking about, at least I did, a few years ago when Joe Ryan kept getting swing and miss with 93. Up in the strike zone. Cutter misses up and away. So a little lower arm release. You've got that good vertical to go with the low vertical approach angle. Can be a lethal combination.
It's tough
for hitters when you try to hit the fastball. The 1-1. Slurve for a strike. There are certain guys that you don't want to maybe face the opposite side platoon early in the game, and that's when you use an opener. This guy looks like he can get out righties and lefties just fine. Line drive to the gap in right center field. Heading up the gap, Riley Green rounding first, heading to second. Mitchell, the center fielder, will get the ball in. Riley Green saw that one well. Fastball drilled it to the gap in right center. Went out double here in the fourth.
Yeah, he did. He got the barrel to this bad boy. It was a fastball away. Not a terrible pitch. It was up a little bit and on the outer third, but Riley Green got that barrel moving. He hits that ball hard, doesn't quite split the gap, but far enough to where it's an easy stand-up double.
Bobby's putting together good at-bats. This is 14 games now. 43 at-bats where he's hitting .350. Brings out Spencer Torkelson. Cutter up and in, ball one. How much would it help him to just get that first one out of the way? Everything, right?
Oh, man. That would be huge for him. Just hang a slurve right here, Mr. Patrick, and let him hit it a mile.
Again, righties hit 10 of the 13 home runs he gave up last year. 1-0. Fastball down. Contreras thought it might have popped out of his glove, but he realized he still had it. Terang at second. Hanging around by Riley Green, trying to shorten that lead. The outfield plays pretty deep. There's some good arms out there, but a single with where everybody is right now almost would surely score a run. Good swing for Torque first time up. Swinging a little tap foul, cued the cutter right off the end of the bat. That tells you how much late movement there is.
Yeah, and Dan, those short sliders and those cutters like that are kryptonite when you got a guy who's fighting the bear a little bit, spinning off the baseball. You don't need much when you're going over there, and that's all they're doing to him right now. They say he's getting a little leaky with that front hip, and that's all they're feeding him.
2-1. Fly ball left field. Way back and gone. Number one's a beauty. Sizzling shot into the seats and left. Tigers take the 2-1 lead.
Ooh-wee, that one tastes like chicken there, boy. He needed that one. It wasn't a hanging slurve. It was a sinker. It was middle. He didn't pull off that when he stayed through it. Hit that ball out just over the Tiger bullpen.
That's a big smile.
That's a big, yeah, it is. Look at his boys in the dugout. They love it.
Oh, that's awesome. That ball got out in a hurry. Wenzel Perez takes a fastball up. Every Tigers home run this year, Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Fly ball to right off the bat of Perez. Not deep enough. Onto the track. Frelick will make the catch. Good swing. Line drive to the track. For the second out here in the fourth inning, Wenzel's put together a couple of good at-bats going back to last night.
And Dan, what I like to see from all these Tiger hitters, Riley Green, fastball, four-seam, top of the zone, dominated it. Torque got a sinker, middle, dominated that one, and Wenzel Perez just hit that hard. You want to get right, you got to get on the fastball. That's 3 really good swings on fastballs this inning.
See if Kerry Carpenter can do some damage. Check swing and a breaking ball under the bat. He's checked it in time in the appeal to third base umpire Emilio Jimenez. Number 1 for Spencer Torkelson. All right, now he can go. 1-0, slurved down and in. Went too far, says home plate umpire Mike Malinsky. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Ortiz, the shortstop, right up the middle on the lefty. Carpenter, the 1-1. Fastball high. Kerry chased a fastball from D.L. Hall. Struck out his first time up. Done a pretty good job staying in the strike zone so far, drawing a few more walks. Strikeouts, they're going to come down just because that's his track record. 2-1. Backdoor cutter, perfect for a called strike 2. Hamilton at third is deep and off the line. Almost to where the hole would normally be between short and third. Outfield deep and straight up. Breeze has picked up a little bit. It's kind of a northerly breeze. At times blowing from left to right. The 2-2. Ground ball hit hard to second base. Terang down to a knee. Fields it. Flips it over to first to Bowers. Carpenter grounds out. Tigers with some good swings off Chad Patrick. Spencer Torkelson's first home run of the year. 2-run shot gives the Tigers a lead. We head to the fifth. 2-1 Tigers. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
That first year.
It's just as hard to hit homers in this ballpark. There's a drive. I don't care how big the park is. This one is gone. Touch 'em all time. His first major league home run. T.J. Rumfield. First homer of the year for the Rockies. They take a 1-0 lead.
Roof open, roof closed. That would not have mattered. That sounded like a cannon coming off of the bat. Good for him.
What a play at short and a tremendous effort to get Wood. Julio reaches up, jumps backwards, and makes the catch. Diving play by Shaw.
He bare hands it, spin throw, and Rogers holds the line at the plate.
Ground ball and a diving stop, wall jump, and over to first. He got it. Going out, Brito, and Brito makes the play. Line to caught on the backhand. Throws. Long throw, and he robbed him. Back over near the stands. Did he make the catch? You bet. Oh, my goodness, he caught it. What a catch. Nico on the dive, gets him, and throws him out. At the wall, he makes the catch for the out. Isbell slips. Oh, he made the catch anyway. Oh, Nico. He stole a hit from Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, my goodness gracious. He put that away.
And Conforto comes down with it. Neto reaches it. Off balance to second. He got him. What a play.
Casey Mize now working with a 2-1 lead, top of the fifth inning. Sal Frelick takes a fastball up and away. Bottom part of the order, fairly pitchable. Once you get past Garrett Mitchell, 1-0. Splitter, ooh, generous call. Up in the strike zone. That's the part that's usually, well, that's the smaller, the part of the strike zone that has shrunk the most, the top. Generous call, the 1-1. Ground ball, base it into right. He goes fastball, same spot. And Frelick just level swing, drove it into right.
Frelick's got that old school approach. I mean, you see him get on top of balls really with that top hand from the left side. That's his left hand. He really goes up and is aggressive getting that barrel above the baseball.
You don't ever actually swing down on a ball, but that's an example of what that thought process does. I mean, it looked like he swung right down on it. What do you think of Randall Simon when I think of the swing like that? I mean, it was just that level, and he would just hit line drives everywhere.
Violent. There was no finesse in that swing.
No, there was not. Hamilton at the plate. Slider for a strike on a 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. He bounced out to first time up. Frelick, not one of the base stealing brigade for the Brewers, although he did steal 19 last year. Had a hamstring injury, and he's only had 1 stolen base so far this year. Flip over to first to drive Frelick back. But as Bobby said, if you've got a Brewers uniform on, you're a threat to go.
Right. Absolutely.
Frelick has good speed. Short, cautious lead right now. McGonigal in tight at third, the 1-1. Swinging a foul out of play. Slider, that hung a little bit, 1-2. Hamilton in 3 years with Boston. Again, used as a pinch hitter a lot. Hit .248. Drew some walks. A little bit of extra base power 2 years ago, and then really struggled last year. But he does have some pop. He's hit 14 home runs the last 2 years. Flip over to first. You think of him as just kind of a speed guy. Still 28 years old. And the Brewers have a knack for getting the most out of you as a hitter, whatever you're trying to do. A bunt attempt with 2 strikes. That's a surprise. Wow. Tried to bunt a splitter. He bunted it foul and strikes out. Don't see that very often.
You don't. I mean, he rolled the dice there. McGonigal was way back in that 5-6 hole. All you have to do is get it down to that side, and that's what Hamilton was trying to do, but he failed, and that goes down as, like you said, Dan, a strikeout.
Brings up Joey Ortiz. Picked up in a trade with Baltimore. That was the Corbin Burns deal. As we said, the Brewers aren't afraid to trade talent. They were thrilled with that first year. Sinker for a strike at the knees. Joey Ortiz, his first year with Milwaukee after being traded from Baltimore. He hit .240. Played a really good shortstop. He had an outstanding year. That was his first full year in the major leagues, and then he had mighty struggles last year. Runner goes, fly ball center field. Winslow Perez back, he'll make the catch. Plenty of time for Frelick to retreat to first. Ortiz, just a routine fly ball to center field. 2 outs, lineup turns over for Bryce Terrain. 2-1 Tigers here in the 5th inning. 5th inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. 2 trips through the order, strong for Casey Mize. Looking at the hard contact. Really the Contreras ground ball single that brought home the run. Slider strike at 89. Hard bullet slider. Perfect on the outer third. There's really no other hard contact, is there? Frelick's ground ball, we'll get that another hard hit. The hard contact has been on the ground.
Yeah, it has. The only one is
0-2 up and in. Snap throw down to first. Torque drops the glove on Frelick sliding back in. He beat it by a bit. 1-1 on Terang. Thinking of the Sanchez fly ball.
That's the only one I have. I've got 3 dots. Those are the 3. But I love Jake Rogers right there, looking for outs on the bases, and sometimes not even outs. You can control the running game that way too.
1-1. Frelick goes through to second. Perfect. Great tag by Javi Baez. Jake Rogers dropped it on a dime. Frelick's out at second base, and the Tigers are out of the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1. Tigers on top. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Meyer is the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season.
Kevin Gausman was outstanding against the A's last night. Dylan Cease will try to do the same.
Cease was brought on board to not just help lead this rotation this season, but also into the Blue Jays' future.
Just
swing and a miss to retire the side. Cease gets Soderstrom. And he blows him away with a fastball for strikeout number 6. He's been striking out guys. There's no question about it.
Blue Jays pitching's got some filthy stuff.
And he rings up another one. That is 5 consecutive strikeouts and 9 in the game for Cease.
That slider is virtually unhittable this afternoon for these Athletics hitters.
3-2, and he got him with a high fastball for strikeout number 12.
This is a different fastball that we are seeing from Dylan Cease this afternoon. It has been electric all day.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Look who's leading off. Javi Baez leads off. Swinging a tap foul. We were having some fun after the great tag. Bobby, you just love. I mean, it's the artistry, but the talent that you have to let the ball travel like Javi does. Just sticks his glove right there. Perfect throw from Jake Rogers.
It defies all logic because you're taught as an infielder to get your eyes behind the baseball, whether you're catching the baseball on the ground or one hopper or a throw coming from a catcher or anything like that.
The 1-1 away, 2-1 on Javi.
The thing that Javi does, he lets it travel so deep. It's a guesstimate to where the ball actually is when he catches the ball because your eyes are out front.
2-1, swinging a foul out of play, well back. First base side.
The ball passes your eyes.
Right.
So he's catching it
the
functionally behind him.
Yes. And placing your glove in the right spot when it's going to disappear from your eyeballs.
And then moving his glove down as he's catching it, which again is backwards.
Fly ball softly into right center and a little bloop. Is going to drop. Freely gave chase. Terrain gave chase. Freely came in and fielded on one soft hop. Little bloop off the bat of Javi. So lead off here in the 5th inning. Tigers with a 2-1 lead.
Little cutter away from him. He'll take it. It was a ball off the plate. Bat went down broken. That's a knock. Leadoff knock for Javi.
Jake Rogers, second batter to face Chad Patrick, walked with 1 out in the 3rd inning. Just a 3-for-21 start for Jake. He's due to drive a ball hard somewhere. He tries to bunt his way on, and the four-seamer went up and in, and he bunted in self-defense and bunted it foul. That's a little tough.
Yeah. Those guys who throw that fastball at the top of the zone with some good velocity and giddy up, those are the hardest guys to bunt, too.
Upright stance, slightly closed. He's going to square again. A little small ball. Hamilton charging from third. He pulled the bat back 1-1. Hamilton's not in tight, and now he'll come in a couple of steps. So he's actually step onto the grass in front of the cutout at third base. Short, cautious lead for Baez. 1-1. Bunts it foul out of play, but he's just been given 2 really tough fastballs. Trying to bunt, and that sinker dove in on his hands.
Yeah, that one's chasing him. But I see what AJ's trying to do here. You can get a few runs out in front of this club. They have to play small ball and string hits together to beat you.
1-2. Swinging a foul out of play. So an add-on run here against this team.
Against this team is bigger than most. And that's the thing. You know, you only have couple guys in this lineup. If you want to look at Terang even, maybe Contreras, Bowers, and Sanchez that can really do damage with the one swing of the bat. After that, they've really got to manufacture. And if you do that, You're giving away outs to do it.
The 1-2. Cutter high. Through the first 10-11 games, they're averaging almost 6 runs a game. And then when Yelich went down, it's been a struggle for the Brewers offense coming into this series. Before last night, they'd been averaging just 3.5 runs a game, their previous 11. 2-2. Fly ball to center, hit it hard, but to the wrong guy. Mitchell goes back, makes the catch deep straightaway center, wrong part of the ballpark as well. It's a good swing, but it's the first out of the 5th inning. Lineup turns over for Kevin McGonigal. He's got a walk and a fly ball to left tonight.
Yeah, I like that swing. Good swing from Rogers right there. Again, against the fastball. It's a good sign. You get on that heater, you can adjust to everything else.
Left side of the infield will shift to the right. Ortiz, the shortstop, right up the middle on McGonigal. First pitch cutter, low and in. Kind of guided that one down and in. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. New York shut out Boston yesterday, and they are shutting the Red Sox out at Fenway today in the bottom of the 4th, 4-0. 1-0, swinging a slicing foul down the left field line, 1-1 on Kevin McGonigal. Mets, wonder how those crowds are at Citi Field. Mets have a 1-0 lead over Minnesota in the bottom of the 3rd. It's getting ugly quickly in New York. The Mets have lost 12. Count them, 12 in a row. Fastball up. Contreras came up ready to fire to first. Did not. I don't think he had a good grip. Baez doesn't have a very big lead over there. 1-0 Mets, bottom of the 3rd inning. Losing streak hits like 5 or 6, and it really starts to weigh on you. I'm just talking as a broadcaster. 2-1, cutter strike, and I can't even imagine as a player when it gets to 8 and 9 and 10.
Well, the problem is you start waiting for the other shoe to drop. Okay, we're winning this game. It's 3-1 in the 8th. What's going to happen to us tonight to cause us to lose the game? Something's coming.
Because they've seen it all, I'm sure, in the 12-game losing streak.
Definitely.
McGonigal waiting on a 2-2 on the way. Fastball up. Another good trip to the plate for Kevin McGonigal.
Damn, my last year in Japan, I think we had a 12, an 8, and a 10.
In the same season.
We were the worst team on the planet. Majors, minors, Japan, Korea, Chinese Taipei. It did not matter. We were brutal.
Ooh. Baez goes, swinging the ground ball foul. And you can remember that feeling, can't you?
Well,
just what's going to go wrong tonight?
And I was 34 years old, and I knew I was done. I was like, is this thing ever going to end? I'm trying to quit the game, and the game won't let me go. I'm good. Thank you.
Please just let me go.
Going back, I'm going to work in baseball somewhere. Not sure where yet. Can we just let me go?
I hope you guys stay for one more 8-game losing streak.
Oh, miserable.
Flip over to first. Did you at least enter like a 2-game win streak in there somewhere?
No, and I struck out 4 times on 15 pitches. My last game of my career.
You got to come out of retirement to wash that memory away.
I'm good.
Oh, that can't be how it ended.
That's
Bobby.
how it ended.
Oh, McGonigal winning. Another 3-2. Baez goes, swinging a pop-up. Will it be playable? It goes safely into the seats for McGonigal behind the Brewers dugout on the first base side. He'll see at least 8 pitches in this trip to the plate.
Yep, September 26th of 2012. Not that I remember anything.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh, mercy.
You remember each at bat. Oh. You did some hitting over there.
You want to learn how to hit the splitter? Go to Japan. You get a boatload of them.
8th pitch of the at-bat from Chad Patrick on the way. Baez takes off again. Swing and another foul. Cutter down.
Just another at-bat from McGonigal where he's wearing somebody out. This is what you love to see.
Seven-pitch walk first time up. This will be at least a 9-pitch trip to the plate. Will Baez be off again? Almost surely. There he goes, 3-2. Swinging a soft tap foul. just getting a piece of it. It's interesting talking with him about some of the long at-bats a few days ago, or last homestand, Bobby talked about it. In some cases, he said you're just getting out on that front foot and just flicking your bat because you know they're going to pound you with breaking balls away, and you're just trying to foul it off. And then there are bats like this where he's taking a cut. He's not just trying to foul it off, but the late movement is getting him, but he's getting a piece of it. Obviously, will be off. He's getting a workout over there.
He's going to need a day off tomorrow just from this at-bat.
10th pitch of the at-bat. Baez goes, swinging a little foul back our way. And Javi's running, too. I mean,
I had one of these in Chicago.
He's had 8 sprints here.
And Aramis Ramirez, finally, it was like the 7th or 8th pitch, and Aramis Ramirez looks in from halfway between first and second pitch and says, hey, let's go. Do something different.
11th pitch of the at-bat. Another 3-2. There goes Baez, swinging a line drive, right field, deep. Going back Frelick. It's over his head and off the wall. Javi Baez stopped at second. Cora's waving him around third. Coming home. Bryce Turang from the outfield. Throw to the plate. Not a time. Javi Baez just ran a mile on the last 7 pitches. Taking off on the 3-2, and McGonigal doubles him home 3-1.
Oh, what an at-bat. What an at-bat from Kevin McGonigal. Got a four-seamer. Finally, he could do something with. It was down and in. He drops the barrel and beats Frelick over his head in right field. Karam's away, and finally Javi Baez scores and just took a little siesta after he slides into home plate.
Just stopped during the receiving line to pour a cup of cold water over his head. That was some work for Javi Baez.
He's gassed. He had to catch a second wind to score.
He was hoping that Turang's relay wouldn't be too strong, but when he slid across home plate, he laid there for a moment.
Yeah, he did.
Bobby, the at-bat for Kevin McGonigal, my goodness.
Incredible. Just refuses to get beat, and then when he gets one he could do something with, he didn't miss it. Smashed it to right field.
Oh, pitching coach out for a brief visit. Jake Rogers waving the towel in Javi's face as he came down the dugout steps. Big smile on A.J. Hinch's face. He took off 6 straight times before McGonigal got it over Frelick's head. Cutter strike on the outside edge. That one at-bat alone is going to shorten this outing for Chad Patrick. This is his 3rd inning of work, and his pitch count's already at 56. The strike one. Cutter away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patrick works extreme first base side of the rubber. Casey Mize, another righty, works extreme third base side of the rubber. Patrick sets, holds the glove above the belt. 3-1 Tigers in the 5th. Fastball up and in. A couple of other scores from the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Cleveland started the day in first in the Central at 14-11. They lost at home to Houston 2-0. Houston's had a tough start. That was just their 10th win. Soft ground ball to first, kind of served it to Bowers. He'll make the play unassisted. McGonigal over to third. He's there with 2 outs. And that'll leave it up to Colt Keith. Let's pause right now for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network. Kansas City Royals have lost 8 in a row. They won yesterday. They lost again today, 8-6. Baltimore over Kansas City. Royals are 8-17. Fastball strike. A lot of people felt they might be the biggest threat to the Tigers, who are the, I think, consensus favorite is fair going into this season.
I think that's right, and I'm in that camp too. I thought they were. It's just they've gotten off to a really difficult start.
Time called by Keith and home plate. Single here makes it a 4-1 game. And your point's a good one, Bobby. Without Churio, without Yelich, this offense, those guys you mentioned have some thump, but they're going to have to manufacture runs, play a little small ball to score their runs. They certainly did it last night. The strike one. Swinging a foul over the screen. Running the fastball in on the hands of Keith. Angels beat Toronto 7-3. Toronto's off to a 10-14 start. Seattle 5-4 over the Sacramento Athletics. I know they're not, but they're in Sacramento. We can say that.
Yeah.
5-4. Seattle wins it. They're 11-15. Athletics 13-12, leading the West going into play today with a 13-11 record. Upright, very relaxed stance. Been a big point of emphasis for Colt this year. Very relaxed at the plate. The 1-2. Slurve away. He's talked about it a lot, but I don't think he minds talking about it because it's been a big factor in his approach and the fact that he's put together great consistent at-bats. The breathing. Very mindful, trying to clear the mind. One of the hardest things a hitter can do. 2-2, cutter low and in. Still looking for home run number one. See if he can get that out of the way. Ortiz at shortstop, up the middle. McGonigal at third. Keith trying to deliver another run here with 2 outs. Patrick's 3-2. Line drive, base hit into right. It's what he does. McGonigal crosses home plate. 4-1 Tigers. Colt Keith delivers with 2 outs in the 5th.
Just such a good approach this year. I'm so impressed. I'm telling you, the power's coming. He's had too many good at-bats. He has so much rhythm. The balance is better. I am so impressed with what Colt Keith is doing.
We keep seeing that, Bobby. Just a line drive somewhere.
It's coming. The power's coming. He's more than strong enough, has more than enough bat speed. He continues to master this approach. Some of these balls are going to leave the house.
So that completes a trip through the lineup where the Tigers had a lot of good swings against Chad Patrick, and now starting to shy away from the strike zone. But it started with a Riley Green double with 1 out last inning. Riley's at the plate, pitched down and in, 1-0, but it was a Green double. Torkelson home run. Perez lined out to right. Single for Baez, double for McGonigal, now a line drive single for Keith, all in the space of the last 9 batters. Green swings, fouls the 4-seam fastball out of play down the left field line. A little juice taken out of that fastball.
Well, Dan, one of the things I see with Patrick right now, he doesn't have any depth to his pitches. The sinker doesn't sink that much. The 4-seamer's flat and rides out, and the cutter is just a very short cutter. Doesn't throw the slurve often enough, and the change is a non-factor. There's nothing going down.
1-1 line drive, base hit into right. Colt Keith will head over to third. Frelick up with the ball. His throw will go to second. Riley Green extends the inning for Spencer Torkelson. Good at bats.
Just goes down and gets this slurve. Doesn't do a whole lot. Again, it's a slurve in name, but there's not a lot of depth to it. And that's part of the reason I think left-handers have had their way with Chad Patrick.
Bullpen begins to get busy for the Brewers. Torque hammered a 2-1 fastball into the left field seats. Last time up, first home run of the year, first pitch cutter for a strike. I think that's Grant Anderson up and throwing in the bullpen. They saw him in the game yesterday. Torque waiting on a strike one, on the way. Low and away. It really feels like he's kind of shying away from the strike zone now.
Well, he's getting mollywopped every time he comes in it.
The good old mollywop. You don't want to get mollywopped.
You don't get mollywopped.
The 1-1. Fly ball center field hit hard, but right to Mitchell. Doesn't have to move a step. Makes the catch. A line out to center field and 7 men to the plate, and the Tigers add to their lead. 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. We head to the 6th inning. Tigers with a 4-1 lead over the Brewers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's
very shallow right field. Can anybody get there? Guerrero does! does. What a great over-the-shoulder catch by Guerrero down the line.
Drives the ball the other way towards the corner. It is first big league at bat. He's hit it out. Felix Reyes, welcome to your dream.
Line drive to left. In comes Soderstrom. Headlong dive, and he makes the catch.
Just a great read off the bat from Tyler Soderstrom.
To the edge of the track, at the wall. He wraps it. First pitch. What a start. Brandon Marsh takes a homer from Acuna.
At the wall, here comes Merrill leaping. Jackson Merrill did it again. Merrill madness in Anaheim.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Cheering them on every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
It's off. First pitch from Casey Mize. Splitter sinks down and away. Top of the order. Terrain, Contreras, Bowers. Splitter away again. 2-0 on Terrain. He has struck out and walked tonight. Casey with 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Pitching with a ton of confidence. 2-0. Tight, short slider for a called strike.
Yeah, just remember, he got hit on the calf. That 1-6-3 ground ball to Javi before as he exited last inning. Then you have to sit and watch your boys put up a couple runs, but could get tight.
Splitter misses away. 3 misses with the splitter, which has been just a devastating pitch for him against lefties. He's been tougher on lefties the last 2 years. The gap has grown wide this year. 3-1 up and away. This is the thing, as good as that start was in Boston, it was a really good start, but the fastball command kind of eludes him for a batter or two at times. It seems like we see this in every start.
Yeah.
Then he dials it back in. Casey Mize is a strike thrower. The strike throwing is a little bit off this year, but notably, swing and miss is up. Especially on the 4-seam fastball. William Contreras takes fastball strike. 92 at the knees, away. You look at the numbers for William Contreras, it's so similar to his brother Wilson, we just saw in Boston. Swing and a miss, slider up, almost like a cutter up there. Guy who's going to put the bat to ball, he's going to hit the ball hard, occasional home run power. He's hit 20 twice from Atlanta to Milwaukee. Gonna draw a walk to get on base with not a lot of swing and miss. 0-2, slurred into the dirt, and so far he's walked 11 times and struck out 11 times. He's good behind the plate too. Close to the plate, spreads out, knees slightly flexed, the bat way up and away from the right shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. Half cut, slider away. Contreras strikes out. 7th strikeout for Casey Mize. 5 on swinging third strikes.
Yeah, Contreras looked like he was looking for something in, maybe even that splitter in after the big miss on the slurve before. He gets that short bullet slider, starts outer third, darts off the plate. That's a really good pitch from Casey Mize.
Really good. And a nice job against the lefties. Again, they came into this game, it's worth repeating, 7 for 51. Jake Bauers 0 for 2 with the fly ball to left and a strikeout. First pitch splitter in the dirt. The 6th inning is brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Go in and experience the Demmer difference. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. The pitch count at 77. That's a good low total for Casey. Splitter, swing and a miss, 1-1. Baez at short, right up the middle. McGonigal's 2 steps behind the bag at third and shaded toward short. A swing and a high fly ball to left. Riley Green tracking. He's going to backpedal, make the catch. Just a couple of back pedals away from the warning track in left field. 2 outs after the opening walk. 4-1 Tigers in the 6th inning. Now to leave it up to Gary Sanchez.
Riley sat on that ball right there like he didn't quite see it off the bat.
Yeah.
He knew it was coming his way. He couldn't quite locate it, then he did.
Sanchez has struck out on a slider, hit a high fly ball to left. Sinker for a strike. It is amazing. I mean, if that ball's at, say, 35 degrees off the bat, it's way out of here. And,
yes.
and what is that on the bat, Bobby? I mean, it's just a quarter of an inch, right?
You don't even know it as a hitter. I mean, if that.
Ground ball softly to second base on a high chop. Torres charges fields, flips to Torkelson at first. Another good inning for Casey Mize. He's primed to come back out for another. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tigers trying to even the series at a game apiece. 4-1 lead over
the MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Jordan Leisure on. White Sox were able to tack on a little insurance with the home run from Munetake Murakami.
Here's Kurtz, driven to right field. Tie game! 1:15 off the bat, and Kurtz is amped up along with this West Sacramento crowd. 6-6.
That's how quickly things can change, not only personally for Nick Kurtz, but for the ball club. Just one swing, and we've got a brand new ball game here.
Chad Patrick still on the mound for the Brewers. Runs Perez to face him. First pitch fastball up and away. Fastball velocity dropping as the pitch count climbs. 71 pitches in 3 innings. Line drive foul is it's a really high total. There was an opener today for Chad Patrick. D.L. Hall worked the first 2 innings. Patrick came on to start the 3rd. A lot of good swings starting in the 4th. 4-1 Tigers. You go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Swinging a soft tap foul on the ground behind home plate. Bullpen has been busy stirring last inning. Anderson was throwing last inning. Don't see anybody throwing at the moment. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's a good breaking ball under the bat. A little more depth on that one. But your point's a good one, Bobby. When you don't have depth on any one pitch.
That's the best one he's thrown all night. That had some sharp tilt to it. But like we talked about earlier, everything's in that one plane.
Just his 2nd strikeout. Kerry Carpenter swings and misses. Going to stick with that slurve under the bat. Curry is grounded out, struck out on a high fastball against the lefty D.L. Hall to end the 2nd inning. Tigers scored 2 in the 4th inning, a Green double, a Torkelson home run. Ground ball softly to the left side. Ortiz, shortstop, will wait for it. Fire, a strike over to first. He knew he had time. That's a good arm. Flat-footed, and he fired a strike to Bowers at first base. 2 up, 2 down, 6th innings, 4-1 Tigers.
Yeah, Ortiz fielded that ball funny. Normally you want to get around that and play through it if you can. He wasn't able to, but he had plenty of arm.
Aya's got the rally started last, and a little bloop single. Contact is your friend. Takes a pitch in the dirt. He's been doing a better job. I think the matchups have been good for him as well. Not facing a ton of guys with wicked sliders. Soft ground ball foul. He hit a cutter off the end of the bat and dropped it into right center, but it feels like he's making a little more contact. I know the swing and miss is still there against sliders, Bobby, but he has at least gotten some off the end of the bat and dropped them into right field.
He has, and that's going to be key for him.
Swinging a pop-up here, and he's been hitting the fastball. This cutter's going to be popped up to Ortiz, 10 feet down to the outfield grass. He makes the catch. Javi Baez pops out. Patrick needed a quick inning with that pitch count climbing, and he got it, a 1-2-3-6. We head to the 7th inning.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Steve Hamilton pitching. Oh, there's the volley floater, and it falls back. And listen to the crowd. And he says, all right, maybe I'll do it again. Yeah, here it is. Look at it. And he fouled it again. And Munson takes the catch. And Tony Hawk throws his hands in the air. And listen to this crowd go wild.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
It's a good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it.
Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this bat, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back?
Get back.
Okay, you can continue talking.
Right, and you're just going to hold on to it?
Yeah. Hammer and Hank became big.
I mean, he's right on the edge. I just feel like there's a lot more deep counts. There's a lot more pitches he would have swung at a year ago that he's not. And he's doing so in the effort to work more walks, but.
Swinging a miss on a cutter. That's a very good pitch, 2-2. Yeah, and you don't want to take away that aggressiveness. No. It felt like, his walk rate is definitely up, but it feels like a guy who's always going to probably have a lower than average walk rate, but because he can do damage on all kinds of pitches.
And that's right. And that's how you get those guys to pick around the zone by doing.
2-2, fly ball, deep, foul. Oh, man. He got a change up. He hit it a mile, and in the end, very foul down the right field line. Still 2-2. Yeah, it feels like he's still just the timing is just a little bit off.
Just a little bit.
But 26 home runs with a low strikeout rate for a power hitter last year. The strikeouts are way up. You just feel like they're coming down. 2-2, fastball up, and with this newfound discipline. And again, you've got a walk rate below 4%. That has to come up. It just does. You're not going to have long-term success with a walk rate that low. And now maybe it's finding that balance.
Right.
Waiting on a 3-2 from Carlos Rodriguez on the way. Swinging a fly ball, right field. Oh, there it goes. Goodbye. Kerry Carpenter, 7th pitch of the at-bat. Gets a changeup again and does not miss. Number 5, and the Tigers have a 5-2 lead.
Rodriguez went to the well one time too many with that changeup. Hit a long homer foul down the right field line on a changeup. Kerry saw this one and didn't miss it. Punished that ball to right field. It was down and away from him too. Had to go get it, Dan. He hooked it in the seats.
He has hit some impressive home runs off changeups. Going down to get them on a knee sometimes. Baez at the plate. First pitch fastball for a strike. 5-2 Tigers in the 8th inning. Well, timing was good on that one.
Perfect.
The strike one. Javi swings, pops it up softly to the right of home plate. Contreras has to hustle over to the Brewers dugout. Nice play. That ball did not go very high. Makes the catch. And that ends at the bottom of the 8th inning. Tigers back to a 3-run lead on the Carpenter home run. Second of the day for the Tigers. Torque hit one earlier. We head to the 9th. 5-2 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Is your game plan to...
There's the tic-tac-toe game. He's got it started. We'll see if Wally Joyner wants to play. Aha! Good move. Good move, Wally. That's a good move. It's a block by Lyons. Joyner now. He's going to the bottom left corner. This is Steve Blanche. He put 2 X's in on one turn. For the victory. Now he tells him, I cheat.
On the track, and Clark reaches up, and Clark robs him of a home run! Oh, what a play by Denzel, he strikes again!
Oh, what a throw by Adolis Garcia! You just can't outrun the throw. In time to retire Judge.
Caught what a play.
And that is going to be caught by Junior.
Ryan, that's the shortstop of the United States of America right there.
Oh, was that a play by Junior Caminero?
Diving and making the catch is caught. And it's a double play! JJ timed his lead perfectly. Coming in and diving and making the catch, Mike Yastrzemski. Holy Cowser! What a play!
Sliding play by Wilson, throws to first and got him. What a play by Jacob Wilson.
Oh, tremendous play by Edmundo Sosa. Vargas has been outstanding down there. Look at this. And J.P. Crawford, basket catch.
Ninth inning is brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. Isn't it fun to have a closer who's got an entrance? Number 74, Kenley Jansen takes the mound.
And especially when that entrance includes Earth, Wind, and Fire. Gotta love that. Kenley Jansen on the mound out of that bullpen for the save opportunity. Cutter, slider, sinker. Mainly about 80% of the offerings that are coming towards home plate are going to be that cutter, about 93, 94 miles an hour.
First pitch, cutter misses a little bit low. Mitchell, Lockridge, Freelick. Matt Vierling is the new center fielder. That moves Mansell Perez over to right. They played this lefty, Mitchell, to go the opposite way. The 1-0. Swinging a slicing drive down the left field line. Mitchell came in hitting .270. Very impressive production, because he's driven in 18 runs on just 15 hits. Not a big power guy. Speed. Lefty, knee slightly flexed, extends the hands away from the left shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. 1-1. Cutter misses low and in. It's been a good start for Kenley Jansen. He's only logged 5 2/3 innings in 7 games. Remember, he had that one game with rain ended the game before the Tigers could complete the 9th. 5 saves already to pass Lee Smith into third all-time by himself. Cutter away, 3-1. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Rocks into the set, the 3-1. Swing and a pop foul back our way. McGonigal is in tight at third. He'll back up. 5, 6, 7 hitters here in the 9th. There's not much power at all in this part of the lineup. The Brewers are down 2. It's what Bobby talked about earlier. For this part of the lineup to start the comeback, it's going to be fueled by walks, singles, with the occasional double. 3-2, swing and a miss, got him with a cutter.
Good pitch right there by Kenley Jansen. Just ate Mitchell up. Showed him away the hole that bat. Then he throws that cutter, starts in her third, and just chases him. Up and in. Low chance you're going to hit it. No chance you get the barrel to it. He swings and misses.
Some outings, that's all you're going to see. Cutters. So far, that's all we've seen. First pitch cutter, strike one on Brandon Lockridge. 1 for 3 today. Bunt single back in the second inning. Casey Mize started. He was very good in this game. 6 innings, 1 run on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Finnegan and Vest, and now Jansen. Cut slider in. Swing and a miss. Just when you think it might be all cutters all night, breaks out the slider.
Throws just enough of them for you to have to deal with.
That was on the inner half of the plate. Dove down. The 0-2. Swinging a soft tap foul. A little bigger break on the slider.
That was. A few miles an hour slower. A little feel. Not just power with Kenley Jansen. There's a little feel in there too. Able to manipulate the baseball that way. A little depth on that slider.
Big righty works over on the third base side of the rubber. The 0-2 swinging a pop foul out of play. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Vierling in center, shades to right center on this righty with Perez and right in and toward the line. The 0-2 swinging a little pop fly off the end of the bat. Perez will come in and have to field it on a hop. Right off the end of the bat. Little bloop single, but this is how it starts sometimes for the Brewers. You just have to make sure the hits don't keep coming together because they can create havoc.
That's a good pitch by Kenley, just off the end, just dumped in there. But you're right, Dan. This is how the fire can start. Jansen's been in. He's done this a few times too. I don't know that he's too worried about it.
Frelick at the plate, a lefty. First pitch cutter. Outer third, strike one. 6'5", 265-pound righty. Settles in over on the third base side. Peers over the left shoulder at the base runner Lockridge at first. He'll flip it over there. This is a pitcher you can run on, and it's something that both Fromber, Valdez, and Kenley Jansen added to this team. You have to be able to at least slow the running game. Kenley Jansen most years does not. But again, Bobby, you talked about it. There can be just little subtle things that you can do to slow that guy down. Cutter on the back door for a called strike. Ricky Henderson always said what you said earlier. The thing that slowed him down the most was the guy who held the ball an extra beat.
It's maddening.
Challenge, and it is indeed strike two. Ball just nicked the outside corner, so is that our first challenge?
First challenge of the night. It's a good one by Sal Frelick. He lost, but that's why you save him to the end.
The 0-2. Swing and a foul down to a knee on the cutter above the belt. Frelick 1 for 3 tonight, came in. He's struggling, hitting 190, but rock solid numbers last year. Just under 290. Draw a walk to get on base. Good bat to ball skills. Kenley Jansen just lobs it over to Torque. Sometimes even that can just let him know you're paying attention.
Yep.
Very short, cautious lead for Lockridge, who's already got 4 steals and he's got terrific speed. 4-2 Tigers. The 0-2 is swinging a ground ball foul. How did he get a piece of that ball? That slider dove at his feet.
Late, too. That's a really late break on it.
Impressive foul. Lockridge, pretty big production against righties last year. Again, he's struggling against lefties, righties. 197 with no power so far. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. Javi Baez right up the middle. Jansen sets. The 0-2. Fouled out of play. Frelick will see at least 6 pitches in this trip to the plate. The count is still no balls and 2 strikes. Kenley Jansen filling up the strike zone. Not bothered at all by The smaller strike zone, which has caused walk rates to jump. 16 pitches, 13 strikes. Can he get the ground ball? Tough guy to double up. The 0-2. Little hesitation in the delivery. Sinker high at 94. Sixth pitch of the at-bat is ball one. Outfield plays this lefty to go the opposite way slightly. Veerling in center, shades toward left center. Riley Green in left, in and toward the line just a little bit. Perez in right, shades toward the gap. Torkelson holding with the runner. Lockridge, the 1-2. Swing and a foul. This is what the Brewers can do. The bat to ball skills mean they can extend at bats. Just a flick of the bat to waste a pretty good pitch.
They're going to fight every pitch. I mean, that's who they are as a team. That's who their manager is. They're going to battle you to put you in play. Frelick's in a good battle with Kenley Jansen right now.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Again, the 1-2 in the dirt with the cutter at 95. That's about the top end, but when you see 95 with the cutter, like, oh, he still got that.
Yeah.
In the right arm. Been more in that 92, 93 range in recent years. Funny that the velocity's kind of gone up and down throughout his career, hasn't it, on that cutter? He's been settling in just a tick below 93 the last few years. Frelick waiting on a 2-2. Here it comes. Swinging a fly ball on the line to right center. Perfectly positioned. Perez makes the catch. Few steps to his right. He was shaded that way. That's a good at-bat for Frelick. It's the second out of the 9th.
It sure was. Another cutter that was down and in. Frelick likes those pitches down and in. You can handle it. Really flat swing. Line drive, but Wendell Perez was standing there.
David Hamilton at the plate. Interesting to see Chris Fetter come out for Hamilton. Usually you'll see this maybe if it's a pinch hitter and they want to go over how they want to pitch to him, but Hamilton's been in this game.
And most of the time, Dan, you got an elite closer out there. You do not see the pitching coach go out there and visit.
Ever.
And this is the big boys got it. I think this is more of, honestly, that was a long, drawn out at bat. He might just be giving Kenley a little blow here.
Yep.
That's it. I didn't see a lot of conversation either way. I might have just been, hey, I'm out here to slow this thing down a little bit for you. You know,
Chris Fetter has such a good feel.
Unbelievable feel.
Just
excellent feel.
Incredible feel for when to go out and what to say. Hamilton's 0 for 3 tonight. Hit the ball hard. Nice play by Gleyber Torres to take a hit away in the 7th inning. 4 for 5 in the game yesterday. Off to a very quiet start. 240 with no power so far. But the 4 hits yesterday, again, he can beat you in different ways. Line drive single, bunt single. Tigers will play behind Lockridge at first, so he'll take second on defensive indifference. Hamilton takes ball 1. Left-handed batter against the righty Kenley Jansen. McGonigal in tight at third. He can hit it on the ground and run and beat out the ground ball on the infield. The 1-0. Cutter high at 91. 2-0 on Hamilton. It's a pretty aggressive hitter. Again, Jansen's been in the strike zone. Get back into this at bat. Outfield plays him to go the opposite way, just like they did on Frelick. The 2-0. Middle of the plate with a cutter. 2-1. 20,000 plus on their feet here at Comerica Park, urging Kenley Jansen to get this final out. 5-2 Tigers in the 9th. The 2-1. Cutter, outer third, strike 2.
That's a nasty pitch. Nasty pitch from Kenley Jansen. Starts just off, darts back on the plate really late.
Hamilton asks and gets time. Lockridge the runner at second. Brewers down to their last strike. Jansen ready. The 2-2. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Another cutter. Hamilton was just trying to punch that ball on the ground somewhere and run. McGonigal is deep and off the line at third. Shaded toward the hole at short with that runner at second base. Not too far from third. One more time, the 2-2. Fastball up and away. The cutter misses. Pitch number 6 is ball 3. So again, pretty aggressive hitter. Doesn't draw a lot of walks. Pretty good chance that Kenley Jansen can induce a swing. Upright, relaxed stance for Hamilton. 3-2 pitch. Oh, missed big. Wow. And that means a potential tying run comes to the plate. Luis Rengifo strides to the plate. He's having a really rough start to the year. He's had seasons with 17 and 16 home runs. He had 3 good years in a row for the Angels, and then the production fell way off last year. I always like watching this guy play. Speed, runs the bases well.
Yes.
First pitch, cutter, away, ball 1. Missed now with 3 straight. Not really close. The 1-0. Away, says Mike Malinsky. Rengifo hitting 175 in his 63 at-bats. 6 doubles among his 11 hits. Good speed on the bases for the Brewers. Tigers trying to close it out. The 2-0 pitch. There it is. Cutter middle. Called strike 1. Another aggressive hitter. Just walked a guy who doesn't walk very much, but pretty good chance he's going to get back into this at-bat. Get Rengifo to swing. Get this final out, the 2-1. Cutter low. He's not getting squeezed.
No, he's not. These are misses. It's interesting. You don't want to get beat pull side here, but I think the way Kenley's cutter is working, you throw it in or third and let it saw off Rengifo if you can induce a swing. You want to stay off that barrel, obviously, if you can.
Rengifo asked, got time, stepped out, now he's back in. Switch hitter batting lefty. Big 3-1 pitch from Kenley Jansen. Splits the plate with a cutter. Man, it looked like Rengifo was taking all the way. 3-2.
He was. That's auto take right there.
Three-two, 2 outs. The runners will be in motion. The hesitation delivery, the 3-2 outside. He walked him. Wow, this has become a 33 pitch inning for Kenley Jansen. Rare back-to-back walks. He only walked 1 of the 22 batters he had faced coming in.
Not just that, Dan, but the Frelick at bat was taxing as well.
Tiger bullpen now getting busy. Is that Bert Smith?
I think so.
Bert Smith just called up from Toledo, just turned 36 years old. This is a really tricky spot for a manager. He's walked 2. You always like to let the closer try to close it out, but you also don't want him to go 40 pitches either. And he's approaching that with 1 more at bat. And now the toughest out in this lineup steps to the plate, Bryce Terang. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 5-2 Tigers. First pitch low with the cutter, ball 1. My goodness. Strikeout on a 3-2 to start the inning. Lockridge with a little bloop single in the 5-pitch battle. A line out off the bat of Frelick in a 9-pitch battle. Then 2 walks. 1-0, swinging a long, slicing foul Bryce Turang again lifting his game each year, and he's just stinging the ball. He's still just 26 years old. 4 RBIs with a couple of hits and a sacrifice fly yesterday. 2 walks, 0 for 2 today. What do we have? Time called.
Pinch runner.
Pinch runner for Rengifo at first. That was unusual. It's like a coach trying to call a timeout. It's like, hey, I'm trying to call a timeout here. I think they would have made that swap a little earlier. Jones at first base now, pinch running. He represents the potential tying run. Hamilton at second. Ground ball chopped to first base. Torkelson will field and win the race to the bag with a slide. Tigers win. Turang can run, and Tork knew he had to hustle. It was a long 9th inning for Kenley Jansen, but he finds a way to get that final out, and the Tigers even this series with the Brewers. Terrific start from Casey Mize. Finnegan, Best, and Jansen close it out. Big nights for Riley Green, Spencer Torkelson, and Kerry Carpenter at the plate. Our final score, the Detroit Tigers even the series with the Brewers with a 5-2 win.
Style or substance. Somehow it became one or the other when choosing a truck. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. That's